team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawgz, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Michael Jordan 75 stories. We have another episode of the 75 stories. I told y'all before, I'm gonna react to all 75 of these. These are the 75 greatest players ever. How could I not? This is like perfect timing. Like over the last 6 months, if you haven't been tuned in my channel, I've been diving all the way into old school basketball, and I've learned so much about the game before me, and I'm enjoying every second of it. And I think they started releasing these like 2 months ago, where it's the top 75 players of all time. So this is perfect. And today we got the GOAT. I always say he's not my GOAT, but he's the GOAT. Y'all know who my GOAT is. Y'all see I got the jersey on. I'm on my Kobe shit today, but we got the GOAT right here. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like he's not. Like, he definitely is. He's my favorite player. So before we get into this video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like this video. If y'all like this video, go ahead and write something in the comments. Write who y'all want me to react to next as far as these 75 stories, because I'm gonna try to go in order as far as like most anticipated as much as possible. But if you out there and you like, hey, I want you to react to Kevin Garnett, like I might react to it next. Like, I know you never know. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe though. We almost at 10K. Before we start, go ahead and hit that button for me. If it's red, go ahead and hit it and turn it gray. I appreciate all of y'all, man. But let's get into it. I don't even really want to do too much talking. We're gonna get straight into this. See how they explain Michael Jordan. I didn't probably reacted to maybe 25 to 30 Michael Jordan videos, but I've been liking all of these NBA 75 story ones. They all have the ones I've done so far. I've done Larry Bird, I've done Kobe, and that was it. I just did Larry Bird and Kobe. They're the only two I've done so far. And I've learned something new in both of them. So hopefully I learned something new in this one. So let's get to it. We got Michael Jordan 75 stories. Let's get it.
Michael Jordan wasn't just a basketball phenomenon. He was a global icon. With his unmatched athleticism and mental toughness, he won 5 league MVP awards and was the driving force behind the Chicago Bulls' 6 championships in the 1990s.
Michael could beat you in a lot of different ways. He can beat you mentally, beat you physically, he can guard you, and he can score. I know in my time, he was better than all of us.
He's always been a clutch performer, and one of the guys can take over late in the game, and that's what really made Michael Jordan so special. When the game was on the line, no one was better.
The thing that Michael Jordan doesn't get the most credit for probably would be the fact that he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player that ever lived. You know, if you look at all the highlights, you know, you see the dunks, and you see the jump from the free throw line. But when he's on defense, the correct hands in the passing lane. When he's boxing out, he turns the correct way. When he's in defensive position, he's weak side, he's on the right side of the ball. Like, he's the most fundamentally sound basketball player who was the greatest athlete.
I reacted to that part in another video. They put that in one of my other videos I reacted to, but I feel like I have to stand down on that and continue to talk about that, because that's super cool to see. Like, there's players like Tim Duncan, and I don't want to nothing from Tim Duncan because he's a great player, Hall of Famer. Players like that where he wasn't really athletic, so he had to make sure that he was very fundamentally sound. Like, he had to make sure that he was in the right place before he needed to be. Just his awareness had to be way higher than it needed to be because his athleticism wasn't that high. Where Kenny Smith was like, Jordan had all of that. Like, he had the athleticism. He didn't have to be, not be in the spot at the right time because of his athleticism. That athleticism could have kind of helped him out a little bit. Where he's like, you know what? Like, I can be a little late because I'm so athletic, I can make up for it. But no, Jordan is right there in the passing lanes on time. He got the right arm up. Like, he does everything like he's not athletic. And he throws the athleticism in there to make him an even better player. I think that's crazy, and that's why I think he's arguably one of the greatest defenders ever. But let me know what y'all think about that.
Most guys who are super athletic don't do that.
Right.
To me, that's the one thing he does not get credit for.
And one.
Hopefully I can make a name for myself. I think Michael Jordan sounded pretty good to me.
In the second year, which he missed most of the year with a foot injury, his own team didn't want him to play in the playoffs. And they were going to be playing against the Boston Celtics in the very first round. And we've got one of the great teams ever. In the first game, Michael Jordan, who we'd read about, heard about, and a nice career down in North Carolina, Olympic gold medal, and we play Michael, and he just puts himself in and says, I'm going to play. Game starts, Celtics were just rolling, playing great. Celtic crowd, Boston Garden, just over the top, fantastic. At the end of the game, which the Celtics win handily, Michael has 49 points. And we kind of shrugged, and because other guys have scored many points in games where they lose. And so we're kind of in the locker room after the game and muttering amongst ourselves, well, he'll never do that again.
Jordan.
Hey.
Jordan.
That's tough.
The game. Oh, boy. 63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record. Oh, boy.
So in the locker room after this game, when he gets to 63 in our face, we looked at each other and we said, this guy's pretty good.
This guy's pretty good. I love Bill Walton, man. Somebody give me some good Bill Walton highlights to react to, because the way he shows love to everybody else, like, he's one of my favorite commentators ever. Just the way he shows so much love, and you gotta respect that. Like, it kind of feeds off and kind of gives me this good energy about him that I love to see. So if y'all got some Bill Walton videos, man, send them to me. 'Cause I heard he's a great player too. I only know him for his great commentary skills. Like, I don't know about his basketball pedigree, but I heard his high.
He was in retirement playing baseball. He asked Rod Higgins, can he come to practice and just practice? He wanted to play some basketball. He itching to play some basketball. He asked Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman said, yeah. So he came to practice. He was still in shape and all this and all that. But, we thought he was rusty. He wasn't going. But he asked, how good is this Sprewell kid? He's like, we was like, he's good, but
he ain't
he's
you.
not your level.
He ain't you.
He's good. He's an all-star. So it seemed like when we said he is an all-star, it seemed like kind of took him like, okay, let me see if he really is an all-star.
What'd he do? What'd he do?
Oh my God. Ooh-wee. It was ugly.
It was ugly?
He took over practice. It was him, Ronnie Cycling, and some other guys. Ronnie was on our team, but he played with our guys. You could tell he was still the best in the world.
Michael Jordan at his best.
The best in the world, and he wasn't even playing. He was playing baseball, but was still the best basketball player in the world. Like, that's crazy. But do y'all know the real reason why he quit? He retired from the game of basketball to go play baseball? Like, y'all give me the real reason. I've heard a bunch of stories on the reason why, but I don't know the real reason why. So if y'all think y'all know the real reason why, let me know in the comments.
There's very few people on this planet that can do this. Try to shoot out starts.
I take pride in never being dunked on. In 19 years, I could probably say I probably have been dunked on like 3 or 4 times. But his arrogance, Michael Jordan, came baseline one time and tried to dunk on me. And it hurt my heart. But I had to flagrant foul him and lay him out. And when I went to shake his hand and pick him up, he said, don't ever help nobody up. And he bounced right back up. And I knew then why he was the best player in the game. It resonated with me later because Pat Riley once told me, you show other players respect by showing them none.
Show no respect.
And Michael Jordan was like, hey, we're on different teams. Yes, we're friends, we're fraternity brothers, we're on different teams, but when we're on this court, I don't know you, Shaq.
To compete, to win, it's all I live for. When you lose, you're easily forgotten, and I don't think anyone want to go to that grave forgotten.
If you really wanted to get a look into Michael's soul, you would actually watch a practice, not a game. When you watch somebody that talented, that focused in practice, that hardworking, that dominant in practice, he made every single drill feel like Game 7 of the finals. That's how competitive he was. And he just set a tone for himself and for the whole team with the way he approached practice. And that was pretty unique.
in your face. Michael tonight is showing the entire repertoire.
I just remember being a kid and getting the chance to watch somebody that he just did everything well. You know what I mean? Like, he played basketball at the excitement level. He won.
D-Sway.
He seemed to be like a tough competitor and vicious. Off the court, commercials, like he just did everything. He had the coolest shoes, and like he dressed well, and like he had the perfect smile, and it was just kind of like he was
perfect.
Superhero.
He was perfect. And I said this in one of my other videos too. But D-Wade, yeah, you see how they label Chicago, Illinois underneath his name. And it's just amazing to see, like, there was kids that was growing up watching Michael Jordan in their hometown, in their city. So if you was from Chicago or just from that area, could you kind of feel the same way that D-Wade was feeling? Like, this guy's a superhero. This guy is 15, 20 minutes from my house, and he is the best player in the world. Like, he has Chicago across his chest. Like, I know if there was a superstar player from my hometown, from Toledo, Ohio, and they was labeling him as the best player in the world, that would hit me different. Like, this man got Toledo across his chest. Like, this man got Chicago across his chest. Like, I know that meant a lot for the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Jordan, superstar.
From growing up watching him to having to guard him, who is Michael Jordan in your eyes?
His impact on and off the court really just helped change and grow the game, and I think our perception in terms of what athletes are and what they can be in terms of inspiring, being the most popular person in the world during his heyday. I mean, Michael Jordan was everything, and you talk about growing up watching him. Well, at times in the NBA, I felt like I was watching him, and I'm sure all of my contemporaries were as well. And it was funny, when you would go play against Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and you'd go into the United Center, and it was funny, you'd go out to warm up before the game, and you're in layup line 20 minutes before the game. You look down the other end, there's no Chicago, there's no Jordan. 18 minutes, no Chicago, no 16, 14 minutes. And now you're thinking, like, they're not coming out here? Like, he's not coming out? And then they'd come out with like 12, 11 minutes, and then you're like, okay, don't look down there.
Right.
Don't look there. Just stay, stay focused.
Stay locked in.
But every once in a while, you had to like kind of peek and just look to see what Jordan was doing. And he was everything. You were a fan. Obviously, you wanted to do well and compete against him. But you had players who went against him, played against him, who were fans of him. And
you can't win like that.
It was hard to not get caught up in the Jordan hysteria because he was.
You can't win if you're a fan of a player you're playing against. Like, do y'all think it was any players wearing Jordans against Jordan? Did y'all ever see that back then? I hope not, because you can't be guarding a man wearing his shoes like that. That's the most ultimate confidence you would give Jordan. If I'm guarding, if I'm got the ball and I look down at the dude guarding him, he got my shoes on. Oh, yeah, I'm about to give him 50. Like, it ain't no way that I'm not about to kill this man with my shoes on. But what was I about to say? Damn, what was I about to say?
That great, that dominant, and that important to the game.
On the court, I remember saying something to him one time. They were down. This is when they were trying to win 73 games. They were trying to get the all-time record. We had them in the afternoon game. Game meant nothing. They were in the playoffs. I was playing with the Pacers. We were in the playoffs. We were up 8 points with about a minute and a half left. And I remember standing at the free throw line, and I looked at him. I said, why don't you go sit down? Game's over. And he looked at me. The next minute, I'm telling you, he played like it was game 7. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? I mean, he was playing like
it came back.
He did not like the fact that I just said that to him. I said, y'all not getting this right. Because all of a sudden, it was a 1-point game. So Larry Brown called timeout. And we go to the bench. And I think one of my teammates, I don't know if Antonio Davis, he said, did you say something to him, Chase? I said, yeah. I said, I told him the game was over. And Larry Brown heard it. Larry was like, why would you do that?
The coach said that.
Michael, it's been an honor to call
The coach
you
said, why would
and
you
a
say
privilege to watch you play.
That's hilarious, man. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. I think it's undisputed. Actually, write in the comments. I know there's going to be somebody watching this video who does not feel that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. It might be Kareem. It might be LeBron. It might be my guy Kobe. It might be it's a few other players who people say is the GOAT. So let me know why y'all think that they are the greatest of all time over Jordan. And then my last question I got for y'all is, when Jordan was in his prime, when he was at his best, the best Jordan that you could possibly get, would y'all say that he was the most famous athlete at that time? Like, I know it was Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and Tiger Woods. I think he was a little younger. But I mean, there was some guys out there, some sports figures out there that was pretty big. But would y'all say that Michael Jordan was more famous than any other athlete at that time? Let me know in the comments. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel again if y'all haven't. Make sure y'all like this video if y'all like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Write what other Michael Jordan videos y'all want me to react to. There's thousands on YouTube. There's thousands. And it's funny because I reacted to another one that had a lot of these clips in there. And that wasn't even this video. So people would just be picking and taking Michael Jordan clips and making videos out of them. But I think it's always good to just bring up new discussions about it. Like, I think different. I might see something I didn't see in the last one. So it's always good to react to Michael Jordan, man. It's always good to react to the GOAT. But again, I appreciate y'all like always. We out.